Levarme la moustache en la capucha. Siento pasanilo, mira tacatiki puletica. Siento pasanilo, mira tacatiki puletica. Siento pasanilo, mira tacatiki puletica. Siento pasanilo, mira tacatiki tacatiki. Siento pasanilo, mira tacatiki puletica. Siento pasanilo, mira tacatiki puletica. Siento pasanilo, mira tacatiki puletica. Sani levarme la moustache en la capucha.
Why can't we just win a game? Like, why do we have to go through so much just to eke out a win? Jesus Christ. Y'all, this is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show. And I have to say this, man. I just don't understand, man. You talking about giving a fan a heart attack? Woo. Man, I tell you, it's something, man. It is something when you have to go through a situation like that, and they should have won this game, just outright should have won this game. But I'm not going to complain because it still was a win, but man, they cannot be playing like this. Like, they were supposed to dominate Seattle, and it seems like, in my opinion, that they were playing to Seattle's level instead of being up for the game. But it's something, y'all. But let's get into the keys. Key number one: run the ball. They did that. Antonio Gibson had 100 and something yards rushing. Did a fantastic job running the ball. Very, very good. Scott Turner, he kind of lost track a little bit in the game, early in the game, and I think Ron had to rein him back in. But again, fantastic job running the ball. The run was there whole game. Very good, very good. Key number two: be on time in the passing game. Taylor Heinicke was on time. It seems like they understood what he needed to do. He did not need to hold the ball. But again, there was a point where Scott Turner started calling all these passing plays where Taylor had to take 5 and 7 step drops. And I think at some point Ron Rivera was like, no, we're not doing that. Let's not do that. So at some point it came back in. Taylor started making these short throws again, was being accurate, was being consistent. Again, he was on time with the passes. He was also paying attention to what the defense was giving him. Like I said, again, key number two achieved. Number three: Taylor uses his legs when routes are covered. Taylor kind of did that here and there, but again, the running was doing a good job, and he did get out the pocket and he did run when he needed to. When he saw that there was nothing there, it looked like he probably had like 2 reads, which is what I wanted him to have, and he actually made the plays. Good job by Taylor. He did a very good job today. He had that one pick, but it wasn't really his fault, but he did have that one pick. So we'll go from there. Number four was the one that I said it, and it's obvious. Everybody sees that this is the one key that needed to be achieved, and that was: do not let wide receivers run free in secondary. It happened. You talking about the first touchdown that they got was based off of Tyler Lockett somehow getting free in the secondary. Then again, you talking about their second touchdown comes how? Swain being available in the secondary. And now I will say that they did basically shut out DK Metcalf. And did y'all see his mouthpiece? The man has a mouthpiece that looked like a pacifier. Like, that's wild as I know. But again, this key was not achieved. No matter how you look at it, this was not achieved because Tyler Lockett was available in our secondary on multiple plays. And the fact that they got basically 2 scoring drives off of the wide receivers being available in the secondary, that's a major problem. So I'm going to say they failed that key. Key number 5, locate Jamal Adams and audible. They did a fantastic job with that. I told y'all, if Jamal Adams makes too many plays, then his defense steps up big time. Well, he made a couple plays, and then at that point, they kind of made a point of making sure that they stayed away from him. Should it be running the ball or passing the ball? They did a fantastic job with that. Taylor was audibling out of plays and everything. That's how he got the delay of game. So again, fantastic job with them doing that. And key number 6, and this was the key that I told y'all was the most important key. And that key is get home on a pass rush. They did a great job with that. We saw Jack Del Rio scheme up blitzes like never before. He did a fantastic job calling the defensive plays. There were some plays that was just started to scare me a little bit, but I told you guys, if y'all paid attention to the game, Russell Wilson, he doesn't like running. He does not like running. And you could tell he doesn't like running because you could tell from how many times he leaves his mouthpiece in the top of his helmet. He just does not like running. So I don't know if people paid attention to that telltale sign that sometimes when he leaves his mouthpiece in his helmet, you know he's not going to run the ball or he's not doing anything to get himself hit. So again, great win. Washington wins 17-15 in a game that pretty much almost gave probably the entire fan base a heart attack at the end. I mean, man, Seattle almost came away with the ball, and I tell y'all, man, that had to be the game. But it's just amazing, man. We can never just flat out win a game. Like, we can never just go in and just win. We always got to make this win kind of difficult or kind of hard or kind of tough. But, I mean, I'm glad that we grinded it out, but we can't be grinding like that. We can't keep playing down to the level of the teams. Like, when we played against Tampa Bay, we seemed like we were an upbeat team that was trying to make a point and things like that. Then when we played Carolina, we did it again. But for some reason in this particular game, it seemed like they were playing down to Seattle's level, and they didn't have to do that. They could have really destroyed Seattle in this game. I was definitely under the impression that they were going to sit up there and win this game by 2 touchdowns because it was obvious. I mean, they were dominating this team. They win the game by 2. And I'm always amazed at how Vegas kind of knows the lines and stuff like that. I mean, because at one point the score, it was like the line was 1.5, and it's like, how do they know to get it that accurate? Because it's like, to me, it's just insane. Now, don't get me wrong. There's been times where I've come close to getting the score right, or coming close to getting the score differential right. But for some reason, Vegas seems to always be on point with that. So, like I said, y'all, great win. Washington has now won 3 in a row. The fact that we were sitting up there and we finally won on Monday night. I mean, you talk about crazy stats. I mean, Washington, when we see these games, Washington ends up having some of the craziest stats you'll ever hear in the telecast. I mean, talking about we haven't scored a 2-point conversion since the 2-point conversion was allowed in the NFL. That was insane. Then the fact that we hadn't won on Monday night since 1992 or something crazy like that. It's like, what in the hell? Like, why in the hell is every time we turn around, we get like some of the craziest stats that get displayed for this team? So, but again, they achieved 5 of the 6 keys. They did a fantastic job. Again, I feel that they were playing down to the level of the team that was across them, which I really don't like because they could have come back and beat us. So with that, we definitely gonna have to see what happens. I give credit to Keith Ishmael. I mean, he stepped in there, and to be quite honest, he seems like a better center than Wes Schweitzer and Tyler Lawson, due to the fact that he didn't need Brandon Sheriff to tap him on his arm or on his shoulder to get the snap off. So, I mean, that right there was remarkable. I mean, Keith Ishmael did a fantastic job coming in and stepping in. In fact, he was better at blocking than what Wes Schweitzer and Taylor Larson was doing. So, again, big ups to Keith Ishmael. Did a fantastic job. Washington wins 17-15 in a game that they should have dominated. Seattle, they dominated time of possession. They basically had the ball what would be equated to almost 4 quarters of the game. So again, great win. On to the Raiders. We cannot play like we did in this game. We cannot sit up there and play to the level of the team, because unlike other teams, Las Vegas can come in here and we can actually lose big time to Las Vegas. We can lose big time to Las Vegas. So again, like I said, I'm not going to be down. I mean, I'm a little disappointed that the game was so close, but again, I'm not going to be down. Washington wins 17-15. Great game. Like I said, gave me a heart attack. I mean, we should just be able to win a game. We shouldn't have to always pull it out at the last minute. But even though with that three-game winning streak, very good job. On to the Vegas Raiders. We'll see if we can pull out a 4th win. Currently, right now, we're actually in the last spot of the wild card race. So, for the playoffs. So, again, we got to keep it going, keep it moving. Fantastic job coaching by Ron Rivera today. Fantastic job coaching by Jack Del Rio. Ron Rivera, good way to rein in Scott Turner when he went to try to throw the ball so much. Very good job. Washington wins. Defense looked good. Offense was solid. Antonio Gibson was solid. Very good. This has been your man, John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.